is not for fun. Whatever this guy says to you about it being like all about pally-pally, this is a brutal battle. Record for it. You can chew gum.
Yeah, but
I encourage it. It's sassy.
I'm done with it.
You're done with it?
Done with this gum.
Sounds so good. Tell me about it. Stirred.
It was like kind of minty, kind of sweet.
It brought a freshness to the occasion, a freshness which is subsequently dulled in the face of brutal competition. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, you joined us at a dangerous time for the already fragile relationship between broadcaster and rock star artist. It's so good to have him back at Radio 1. Pew, 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 for Gerard. Oh my God, it's just me, I'm afraid. Only one man round of applause. People are used to it. I can't do much else but bring you fake crowd in this situation. It's so good to see you, man. Welcome back. How are you?
I'm great.
Good. You look great. You look healthy and happy.
I am.
You have new music.
I do.
All of which we're going to talk about.
All right.
But you know why you're here, man.
I do.
There are records and rounds. You've chosen songs. These rounds are some of the best we've had in a long time on Versus. Do you remember the first time favorite ever Brit pop song? I can't wait to play your selection of that. Fabulous Killjoys, the most uplifting sad song of all time. Easily one of my favorite categories we've ever done. You've got art on your sleeve. Favorite album cover, i.e. artwork. This is some amazing stuff going on here.
I know. I'm very excited.
And I'm actually quite nervous, man. I'll tell you why. Because normally I come into this thing with the cocksuredness of a resident heavyweight champion. Someone who's a little bit worn out. He's done maybe dozens of these kind of battles, but is experienced.
You know your deal.
I know my way around the ring. But today, having looked at your selections, I'm feeling shook.
Yeah, I wasn't playing around with this.
You're not playing around. Heads or tails?
Tails.
It's heads.
All right.
Out of respect, because I love you so, I'm going to let you go first.
All right.
And also because I can't really think of a better way to start a radio show than when you pitch it at 100%. It's 100%. So, Gerard, what is it about Sonic Youth for you?
Oh, man.
Should we just dedicate the entire show to that song and this band?
Yeah. And I know there's way more deeper cuts, and this one was kind of a better-known song of theirs, but it has, to me, the best bass break in a song ever of all time. It's like the most not given an F bass break.
When you're like a band as well that has made a career out of pushing things so far and you know, being completely unrestrained within any form of boundary within music, and then you decide to play the game even just a little bit, like that's their hit single.
Yeah, that's their,
For anybody else,
that was too pop for them.
I know. And when you actually get Sonic Youth's version of too pop, it becomes the coolest thing you've ever heard.
Yeah, exactly.
Any other band, the label
I think, that makes me love the song even more, the fact that it was like, yeah, that's their single.
So, any other band would be like, man, we need a radio hit.
Yeah.
I don't know how to follow. Well, actually, I do know how to follow that, but I had to draw on the big guns. There are like 3 records, mate, that I will draw upon very rarely when I feel I really have to, and this is one of them. Versions of MC5 Kick Out the Jams. That one is easily the grimiest version I've heard in my life. Listen to that. Hang on.
Oh, yeah.
That's literally recorded. I mean, there were no mobile phones back then. There was probably not even a portable recording device, so that had to have literally... It's like somebody has dictated a version of that song.
Yeah, by a big honking tape recorder.
Literally like a ghetto blaster.
Yeah.
Recorded onto a cassette. And then dubbed it 5 times.
Yep.
G-Wade, back in the building with new music, man. I know it's not the be-all and end-all for you. You're passionate about it, but you got other things that motivate you as well. And, you know, we have a lot of fans listening in right now that will want us to kind of conduct something resembling an interview beyond just records.
That's right, yeah.
And I think the most kind of the question everyone will want to know is, how did you feel about music? You know, when My Chemical Romance, you decided to end it.
How did I feel about music?
Yeah, I mean, about continuing and making music yourself.
I knew I had to.
Yeah.
You know? I knew I had to keep going. I loved music. I found a new love for music by making this record. But it's such an automatic thing for me that I feel so compelled to do.
Yeah.
To like run away from music or hide from it just because one stage of my life was ending. Like that would have been really, to me, really tragic to stop.
How was I mean, we've never spoken about it, and perhaps you've decided with the band to not. So I'm going to question this carefully and open the door, and you can choose whether to walk through it.
Okay.
But I mean, the decision to end My Chemical Romance for fans was devastating.
Yeah.
For you as a band, what was the mentality, the feeling within the band? Just within the band, not to sound cruel, but to ignore everyone else's feelings about it outside of the band.
I mean, I think we're all pretty upset, It wasn't an easy thing to come to, and yeah, I just think it was sad, because it wasn't a situation where anybody hated each other. There wasn't, it was nobody's fault, So yeah, it was sad, I think.
Why did it happen? Why did you break up?
It was time. I think because it was so special and such an amazing thing that it had done what it was supposed to do. And I think to keep going and let it rust up on the rails, like, that's not the way that band was supposed to go out.
There are very few bands that have been bold enough to make that call.
Yeah.
Most of them have reformed.
Right.
Right. The Pixies, Jane's Addiction, most of these bands that that ended on this remarkable high, creative high, have all gotten back together at some point. So actually, the list is really small now, and they're all new bands.
Yeah.
Because it used to be really long. I remember, like, about 5 years ago, you would play the Who Would You Like to Reform game, and the list was just endless. Now it's like, there's two.
Right.
It's like the Smiths, and like...
Yeah, the Smiths are the big holdout.
That's it.
They keep getting offered, millions of pounds every year, right?
Yeah.
To reform.
Yeah.
The number keeps getting higher. Maybe they're the smartest ones.
Maybe. But then there's a whole lot of new ones that are coming through as well. And I mean, I know fans will live in hope, but we're going to focus on your new record now. And from this point forward, we're going to discuss nothing but what you're doing. But seeing as how we're talking about the Smiths, let's jump straight to the fabulous Killjoys, the round which is like the best kind of sad song ever. Talk us through why you've chosen Morrissey and Boxes.
This song, it's about losing, and that's why I love this song. It's about losing. Well, not to directly quote the lyrics, in front of your home crowd with your nephew watching you. It's just like the worst possible scenario.
He's so brilliant at making those things sound so joyous and bizarre.
I remember me and my buddy Sean Hines, we used to, we were way too young to be doing this, but we used to get drunk all the time and listen to this song and just weep but happy and just drunk and sad.
I hold my hand up, and this is no word of a lie, man. I have shed a tear more than once in a situation to Morrissey. Mainly the solo stuff as well.
Yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah, the solo stuff. And I love the Smiths too, but I've not. I don't think I've ever gotten really sad listening to it.
No, because Johnny Marr would kind of keep you up.
Yeah, he would. Exactly. But always during the Morrissey stuff, you're always pretty sad.
Party time right now on Radio 1. This is Morrissey and Boxes.